I struggled with it for a little while because all the spiritual stuff, and certainly the way that I work is all, we're moving more into the feminine. It's not about doing, it's about being, and all of those sorts of things. Thanks for joining us, Ali. We've only just started. So I struggled with it for a long time to think, okay, so what am I doing here? I'm trying to bring people that I've been telling be in your right brain, I'm trying to bring them back into their left brain. But I think what's happened is that we do tend to go too much into our right brain to then not take the actual action that we need to take, not to start building the habits that we need in order to achieve these great dreams that we have, to actually set a plan of action, not a huge one, not big goals like what you would do in the old way of being, but rather short, actionable, daily goals, just to have you moving along your path. What we tend to do is we get all excited about something that we're creating, and we jump in and we do hours and hours of it, and then we get tired, and then we lose the momentum, and then we leave it for another 3 weeks, and we beat ourselves up for that, and all of these sorts of things. So this really is about creating a daily practice. Now, let me just assure you, first of all, it's not a huge daily practice. It's not an 8-hour thing. We're going to talk about some of the rules around setting your goals here. And one of the rules is that it is short bursts of time. For me, it works half an hour every day. I have a project that I'm working on. I put it into my 28 days, and I do it for 30 minutes every day. Sure, some days I go for hours, but as long as I'm doing that 30 minutes every day, minus the weekends, I have the weekends off, I'm building the momentum on it. I'm continually improving on what I did the day before, and I'm getting where I need to go. So the book's getting written, as opposed to, for the last 6 years, the book being up here. I take that 30 minutes to just write whatever wants to come through in those 30 minutes, and then the next day I do it again and again and again and again, and the thing gets built. And I think this is the thing that we miss so much. The second part of the idea for this was that on the spiritual side of things, a lot of the processes that I teach people, for instance, let's take the I Am Enough process, because that's one that most of us know about. People then don't put it into a daily practice. And I thought this would be a great way to get people to, let's say, for instance, that someone is having lack of financial abundance. Let's just call it financial lack. And so there's a 28-day mantra or a process that they can do every day for 28 days. And this allows them to be held accountable for that, and to do it to a point where it becomes such a daily habit that eventually it just becomes part of their being, just becomes part of your being. So like meditating for 10 minutes every day. Let's be real. Do we always do it? I know I don't. Great, some of you do, that's fantastic. I don't. And so that was part of the, okay, I need a way to hold myself accountable, because I know this is the thing that actually changes my day every single time I do it. So why would I not do it every day? Well, because I haven't built it into a habit as yet. But there's all manner of things that we can use it for. So let me just tell you what we're going to do today. So I'm going to have a little chat just about procrastination and all of those sorts of things. Then I'm going to talk to you about setting your 28-day goal and what the rules are around that. I love that word, rules. Then I'm going to show you the site, and I'm going to give you a link straight here for you to go and start your profile. So you can log in, set up your thing, start your profile, and then we're going to talk lastly about your 28-day goal. What are you going to do? And we'll make sure that it's going to work, all of those sorts of things, and then we'll leave it at that. And you can go jump into the site and get started and start with your new habit today, or your new getting it done today. All right? Now, as I mentioned right at the beginning, and I'll say it again for Ali, this is new to me. I've been using this process for myself with the help of a psychologist who's been teaching me it. But this is the first time I've done it with a bunch of people. So if you have any questions about anything, if anything that I say is confusing, if I am waffling about anything and you just are getting more confused, just let me know, okay? I'm going to have to rely on you guys to explain to me if something's not making sense or if something doesn't sound right or any of those sorts of things. And absolutely the back of the program, the membership site, if there's anything in there that you think could be better, if you think there's anything in there that's not working the way that you would like it to, talk to me about it because we can get it all sorted out, okay? Right, let me have a word with you now about, I've just got to open it up. Oh gosh, where's it gone? Here we go. I want to talk about productivity to start with, okay? If you have a question at any point, just unmute yourself and ask. I'm actually looking at slides, so I'm not looking at the screen where I can see you all at the moment. So, some myths about productivity. The first one is that you must have long blocks of time in order to get anything done. That's an actual myth. It is not actually true. And if you believe that, you'll have epic procrastination. That's me. When you do sit down to do your work, you end up exhausted. You have an aversion to the fatigue and unpleasant feelings. It's like you're having a binge, and it results in poor working health. Okay. Productivity myth number 2, if you get on a roll, keep working and don't stop. That's a myth as well. Because what you do then is that you work your bum off until you're burned out. You may have temporary euphoria, but you won't work again for a while. That's what I was saying before about this habit that I had, and I've noticed it with clients. We get all excited and we sit and we work for 3 days straight, and then we're exhausted and we can't do any more for another 3 weeks. So you get in a vicious cycle. You work when you can and you don't stop because you're always afraid that you won't start again. Don't know about you, but I certainly did that. And of course, if you do those sorts of binge working things, what you do is you start out really, really well. You're creating really great epic stuff, and the last couple of hours, your work actually becomes less than it should be. Productivity myth number 3, you must be in the mood or inspired in order to get anything done. The truth is that we need to work whether we feel like it or not. Number 4, you must have a good idea or already know what you're going to create or write in order to take the next step. Again, the fact is that you actually need to do the work before you start to see the result. Now, we all know that, don't we, really? That it's like you have to believe that you can have the money before you'll actually start to create the money. It's the same thing. We have to start doing the work in order to see the results. And productivity myth number 4, it's called overturned. And it goes with this saying, you can't plough a field by turning it over in your mind. That's an old Irish saying. So a lot of us spend a lot of time thinking, pondering, trying to figure out how we're going to do it, just going over and over and over it in our mind, but that actually doesn't get anything done. Now, the bit about you must have a good idea or already know what you're going to create or write in order to take the next step. Fact of the matter is that your left brain hemisphere often doesn't know what it knows until you start putting it down in paper or creating it. So you create in order to find out what you know. Productivity myth number 5, you must produce it excellent the first time around. And it's the opposite is true. You need to quieten down your overly critical left hemisphere and just get something down, whether it's brilliant or not. It's the start. Productivity myth number 6. Most people find it easy to be productive. Being productive when you're creating is hard, but you can get better at it by learning the best tools and habits, and obviously creating habits. Now, if you believe any of these myths, you'll succumb to the 3 Ps, which is perfectionism, procrastination, or paralysis. I'm going to come back to you guys. How many of you have suffered from any of those things? Me, I'm going to say like all of them. Every single one of them. Just let me check into the chat. Lovely, Marie. Yeah, listening to Playing the Matrix by Mike Dooley. See the end results and take action steps to get there, and the universe will provide. Fantastic. That's exactly right. Excuse me. Let me get back there. Right. Now, here are the 10 simple rules for being productive. I want to talk about what work is not in the context of what we're doing here. Work is not spending a long time thinking. Thinking is a good thing, but spending a long time thinking without action is not work. Stopping your work to look at images you like is not work. Preparing to work by reading the newspaper or your email is not work. Working on something with a very short-term deadline is not work, and reading is not work. Definition of work when it comes to setting our 28-day goals is your top priority long-term project. Well, that's usually what it is. So what's your top priority long-term project that you're working on? It could be a book. It could be a program that you're creating. It could be just simply, as I mentioned before, setting a new habit to do a process or some shadow work or meditate for a certain amount of time every day, just allowing yourself to start building that habit. Active note-taking as you come up with ideas is considered work. Mind mapping and concept mapping, free writing, lists, outlining, creating graphs and charts, editing drafts at any stage, working on the long-term project that you procrastinate on the most. Okay, so let's move into some of the rules that we're going to need to be aware of for the best way to create our goals. Rule number 1 is create small, specific goals. Don't let deadlines constantly drive you. Don't let other people's needs take over. Keep up a slow, steady progression of the work that counts. By planning time for it, you'll get it done. So rule number 2 is to put a daily action in your schedule. So once we've talked today about your 28-day goal, I'm going to suggest that once we decide what the time amount is going to be, that you actually go into whatever diary system you use, hard paper copy or on the computer, and schedule that time in for every day of the 28 days. Again, schedule the important but not urgent. I'll just share this wee little slide with you so that you can see what I'm talking about here. Give me 2 seconds. Share screen. Here it is here. I always forget there's another button to press before I say that. Okay, so this is Stephen Covey's time matrix, where we've got urgent and not urgent, and then down the side we've got important but not important. So what we want to, so important and urgent would be meetings and deadlines. Important but not urgent would be long-term writing projects like a book or something. Not important and urgent would be some of your emails. Not important and not urgent would be playing solitaire on the computer, wasting your time. So what you want to do is the importance, so the top line here, and the not urgent. Important but not urgent, okay? That's the best goal to have for these projects. However, I also believe that some of us are going to be wanting to do some of our important and urgent stuff, which is for 1 or 2 of us, creating the program that's going to get us some money coming in. or starting to do those sorts of things. So we can have both of those, but the better one is the not urgent, but important but not urgent. It sounds better that way, doesn't it? Okay. Right, now, rule number 3, and this is really important. It's incredible the difference it makes. Write in short, regular sessions. Sorry, I'm going to keep using the word write because I use it obviously for my book writing. But when I say write, I actually mean work. Work in short, regular sessions. 30 to 45 minutes at the absolute most. If you're blocked, try 5 to 10 minutes a day. And then as you start building these habits, you can start doing this thing called Pomodoros, which are 25 minutes with rest periods in between, if you want to do that. But we start out with short, regular sessions, 30 to 45 minutes at the most. And whenever you're feeling blocked or something's not moving for you, just try 5 to 10 minutes a day. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, but that's just a drop in the bucket. So I'm going to just suggest that you don't give in to the drop in the bucket syndrome. It does seem like a drop in the bucket, but give it the first week, you'll start to notice that you're actually starting to achieve things. Building your house brick by brick, okay? Some of the benefits of brief daily work are that your ideas stay fresh, so there's less warm-up. You have time for reflection between sessions. You can see your progress. By the way, in the membership program, you can't see it right at the beginning because you haven't built up enough days, but towards the end of your first 28 days, you can actually look at a graph which will tell you which are your most productive days and which are your least productive. And we can do some stuff around balancing that out, or just simply knowing that, hey, on Tuesdays, I'm better off just having a day off because I don't seem to get anything done. Or on Fridays, I might add another half an hour to what I'm doing because I get a lot done on Friday. That's not me, by the way. Friday's my day off. You get less burnout and anxiety, and it fits into your schedule. And by the way, you also get increased creativity. That's a little bonus. So that's pretty cool. Rule number 4, plan work for your next session. So when you finished your first session, when you finished your day's work session, plan the work that you're going to do tomorrow. Now, there's a very handy tool in the back of the system where after you finish your work for the day, you come into the system and you answer some questions. One of those questions is, what are you planning to do for tomorrow? So that keeps you in track with that. Rule number 5, and this is a really good one. It certainly was good for me. Use a timer when you work. So if you decide that you're going to do 25 minutes of clear focusing on the thing that you're creating, have a timer for 25 minutes. At the end of the 25 minutes, you might want to keep going because you get into some sort of flow. I tend to do that most of the time. So, just ignore that, but at least get those first 25 minutes done so that you get into flow with it. So using a timer helps you to start working, and it works to focus you on starting. It helps you to keep working, maintaining your work so that you're not stopping and checking emails and things like that. I don't know about you, but I'm guilty of that. It helps you to stop working. Stopping is crucial. If you decide ahead of time a reasonable amount of time to do your work, you will be more likely to stop. And stopping helps you start more easily the next time because you won't be sitting there going, oh, God, if I start, I'm never going to finish, and then I've got another appointment, and, you go into that loop. Okay. Get rid of distractions is rule number 6. Get rid of distractions. Now, what that might mean is that you close your office door, or it might mean that you set your daily work schedule for days when you don't have your children with you, whatever it is for you. Rule number 7, learn how to free work. What that simply means is to just sit down and get something done regardless of what you're working on. Whatever needs to be done will get done. Rule number 8, work first and then reward later. So I don't know. For you, I tend to set my work so that I do it before I have lunch. Then I can take the time that I want to take to really enjoy a nice meal for my lunch, time to make it and then time to eat it. That's my little reward for getting my work done in the mornings. It works for me. So do your work first and then reward yourself for it later. Rule number 9, replace negatives with positives. Again, when you go to report in the system after you've done your daily work, there is also a place that will deal with this. So it's not something you need to think about. There's a question that says, did you have any negative thoughts? And then there's a prompt to help you to remember to replace them with positives. So that's all taken care of. Rule number 10, be accountable. And of course, that's what we're doing. That's what all of this is about, being accountable. All right. So let me come back where I can see you guys. I'm sorry it's boring, I know that. But I think it's really important to just really listen to this and be really clear about it so that we can, now you know the rules of setting your goal. So I want to talk to each of you about setting your goal. And if it's too big, then we'll break it down, all of these sorts of things. So if any of you want to come through, and whoever wants to go first, or I'll pick. Anybody?
I'll go.
Hi, Maria.
Hi. So I was distracting writing in my diary. What am I supposed to say? My goals?
You're supposed to pay attention. Yes, what I'd like to do is, so what we do for our first 28-day round is we set a goal for the 28 days. Now, it doesn't have to be completed by the 28 days, but it's something that we want to start creating or start a habit around within those 28 days. So it's got to be, okay, so give me the goal of what you want to achieve, and then we'll look at the time frame that you're going to put towards it.
Well, you know my goal, we've been working with you already. So that's my Empowering You Oracle cards. Sell the cards, start selling more of them, as well as attract the paying clients.
Okay. So there's quite a few things in there, and I think I mentioned to you last night about setting your 28-day goal as being go live every day for the 28 days, okay? Now, you can do other stuff around that, absolutely, but the best way to use this system is to have that one goal, to be able to get to the end of every day, come into the system and say, yes, I did it, and this is how I felt about it, and this is what I'm going to do tomorrow. Of course, the first part of that, Maria, is to decide what you're going to do for each of those lives.
Well, I did like your idea, and as well when I did Mel's 30 days video challenge about talk about each card, because not every single card also has my photos. So there's a story, tell them a story behind that, as well as now that when I connect to my guides, I can also channel a message energetically when I tune into my business page. So share that. I have started also doing a weekly live, like I did this morning. Who do you think you are? Sharing that. And I've realized, I've went back, is I've got also my writing that I used to write during my travels. I've written a lot of poems about guidance, well, not about guidance, written in the poems version, to share that. So I do, as soon as you planted this seed and I was watching Playing the Matrix, so it's all just kind of like start being more visible. So the actions, I was missing more actions.
Yes, yeah. So when you go into the back of the and I'll show you in just a moment where you'll go, but once you log in, there's a place that you go to, it says profile/goals, and you put some information in there for your profile and your details, and then you write your goal. So you will write your goal as go live every day.
28 lives. Yes, 28 days of lives.
Beautiful. Okay. No, that's great. And I don't think you need to plot it out. You don't need to go and sit down and go, okay, 28 days, what am I going to do this day, this day? That's why I thought using your cards, one, to just pick one up and do it on that, because that's all in your head. You already know it. Nice and easy. Great.
I'll feel into it and it will just come through.
Yep.
Like even I get myself ready, but as you know, I do that intention, the prayer, that everything comes through me, use me, heal through me, speak through me, and the words just come out.
That's a prayer, by the way, everyone, that I've given Maria before she goes live, and I may have given it to one other person.
If you want.
That'd be great. Just before you go live, saying this prayer, it just it opens you up to be a channel for whatever is needed to be heard from the people who are there in front of you or who will watch the replay. It's not just for live, but I use it for live.
Yeah, I use it on daily basis when I wake. Obviously, after I do my morning routine, I now wake up earlier. As you know, even during travels, I make sure that I've meditated at least 10 minutes. I include emotional freedom technique, hippopotamus prayer, I'll say that. And that is like, where would you have me go? What would you have me do? And let's create some magic.
Great. Beautiful, beautiful. So all of these sorts of prayers too will be included in the back in the membership site. Okay, so that's great. So that's Maria under control. You're right to go there. Who is up next?
Okay, I'll go next. Hello. So my goal for the next 28 days is to have my program completed. It should be okay while I'm traveling. That's going to be my biggest thing because, as you know, I'm going over to help my daughter while they plan for the funeral. So she has a 4-month-old and a nearly 2-year-old. So it'll I'll be working around them. And
what I'd like to suggest, Giselle, as much as possible, because as I think I mentioned it to pretty much everyone here, but all that's required from you with regards to the membership site is 5-10 minutes a day.
That's right.
So
and so I figure,
find that time, jump in, report, even if the report is to say, I have not done anything today because whatever.
It'd be quicker to do something.
just that you're in there. You could even, just say, while I've been looking after the little one, I've actually been thinking more about, or just report on something so that you're in the habit of being in there, so that you don't, if you go a week without being in there, when you come back, you're going to actually forget that you had set a goal and all of that. Exactly. So it's important that you just come into the group, whether you've done something or not, and just say, hey, didn't get anything done. I've been on a plane for 14 hours or whatever, because that's going to happen.
That is going to happen. I love those parts. But I'm feeling good about it, and I've been doing the box thing. I did the box thing. I haven't been doing because I just put it in the box, and stuff's been it's coming together. But I just want to have it solidified, and I think the 28 days is a reasonable amount of time to actually have it completed, because so much of it was already there anyway.
Exactly. So it's a matter of just sitting and getting it out.
So I'm feeling good about that. I would like to, which is part of it as well, I guess, I would like to start hinting at it being available during this 28 days as well.
Well, here's the thing. Okay. So while we're setting a 28-day goal, if you're ready to do something else, you can always change that goal slightly. So you'll still be working on the same thing, but you'll just add some marketing into it. So you can start talking about it and maybe doing lives or something like that.
That's me.
All right, fantastic. That's great.
Thank you.
Ali or Lisa?
I'll go now if you like, Anne.
Thanks. Sorry, Ali, you can wait.
Okay. Sorry, I can't see Ali on my screen. She must be just...
No, that's okay. You're both unmuted at the same time. Okay, hello.
Hi. I'm a little still unsure about what my 28-day goal should be, because I have so many things that I'm wanting to work on at the same time. So for me, it's just about prioritising. Have the program that we spoke about, the 5-week program, which is still lucky, so that's one of my options. I also want to start doing and putting together some group training, which is something that I feel more drawn to now, where I'm doing more face-to-face work. Yeah.
So just to carry on, Lisa and I have been working together. I think we finished working together about a week ago. So I'm just saying that so that people understand why I'm about to say what I'm about to say. So you were doing strategy sessions. I really feel like the best use of your time here is to set a goal for how many strategy sessions you want to have over the next 28 days and make your goal about that. Now, am I wrong in thinking that's got to be a priority because you want to start creating some income? Or do you think this new thing?
Well, the idea of the strategy sessions initially was to actually have the strategy session and then lead them into the program.
Yes.
So for me, I guess probably one of the blocks around the strategy sessions is not having that ready to go, sort of to kind of move people across to.
The interesting thing is this. It'll be ready when you need it to be.
When you need it ready.
Let me just say this. The quickest way to build your program is to sell it to people.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you have to build it. You have to stop procrastinating, or you have to stop whatever. You already have everything that you need for this program, so it's not a matter of you having to build from scratch.
Yeah.
So I think I'd like to suggest that these 28 days, we set a goal for how many strategy sessions you want to have booked, how many you want to have spoken to, and how many you want to have I don't even want to go there about how many you've sold to. I don't even want to go there. I just want to get you in the habit of inviting strategy sessions and doing them, because you've been inviting them and you've been getting them, but you're not doing them.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to say, okay, well, I'm going to do 10 strategy sessions over the next 28 days. You could do more.
Yeah.
At least 10. Okay, so tell me what you think that number should be. You can change this because you're going to go in a moment. You're going to go into the site and write down your goal anyway. But what do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's I just get, as you say, I just get caught up in the details and how to do it. So
that's okay. I'm going to help you with that too.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you the script for it. Just follow the script the first time. You can change it. You can change it the next time. You can just decide, I'm just going to follow this exactly the same every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what you want to do is this. Get on the phone, say, hey, how are you? Great. Really glad that you want to talk to me. Tell me everything about you. Who are you? What do you like? What do you do? What do you want to do? And then as they're talking to you, you'll know what you need to address when they're finished talking to you, and you say, well, here's what I know. Da-da-da-da-da, this is what you need, this is what you need, this is what you need, and here's how I can help you have it. It really is as simple as that. And that's the most genuine way to have a strategy call. Yeah, we can have, the first script I started with that someone gave me, basically the first question was, if you had tell me a bit about you, but I wasn't really interested in that because that was the next question that I wanted. This is the way I was taught. The next question, if you had a magic wand and you could wave it and have anything you want in the world, what would it be? And so they then say, well, I want this and this and this. Giselle and Maria, I think you've probably been through this with me over the years. The next question was, so why do you not have those things? And, of course, all their blocks come out then. So then you address the blocks. Well, I can help you this.
Yeah.
So, but it's not really authentic. More authentic is, hey, tell me everything that you want to tell me. And then as you're talking to me, I'm listening to you and I'm present with you, and I can pick up what it is that you need from me, and I can then address how I can give that to you, and then you make a decision whether you want to work with me or not. Okay? It really is as simple as that.
Yeah. I don't think I have any concerns about actually doing the strategy sessions. I know it's just I don't know what the block is. It's literally I went to look at my Calendly section and it wasn't syncing with this, so I have to sort out that. It's just the technical stuff behind it. Like you sent me, you sent a link to book in a time.
Yep.
I haven't got that set up in the background, so my way around that, I'm just going to contact people via PM while I get that sorted.
Beautiful. Jump straight in. Absolutely perfect. All right. So 10 strategy sessions over the 28 days. Done and dusted. Brilliant. Now you can decide for yourself, I want to convert 50% or 30% or 20% or whatever you want. I want to get at least one client, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You make those decisions and kind of have that somewhere in your own environment, a post-it note or something. I like to keep those things in front of me.
Yeah.
But however you work with that. Great. Perfect. Thanks, Lisa. Ali. Hi.
Hi. I still haven't clearly defined my 28-day goal.
Okay, so you're very quiet.
Yeah.
Can you speak up a little bit or turn your sound up? I don't know. I've got mine up quite high.
Is that better?
Not really. Maybe you could just project a little bit for me and that would be great.
Okay. I haven't used this headset for a while, so maybe it
might be the headset.
Decrepit with age. Is that any better?
Yep, that's better. If you speak with that force that you just spoke with, that'd be great.
Okay. So I'm thinking, because my plan is to start my plant-based health classes next year.
Yep.
And it's all flowing perfectly in my head, but I think the first step for me this first block of 28 days is to actually lock in the dates, the locations and the venues.
Great.
So I have a clear grid for the first 4 months of next year.
Fantastic. Sounds like a plan.
And doable.
And
doable.
Yes. Well, it's important that it's doable. That's the thing. And then if it's doable but earlier, then you just decide, well, okay, the rest of the time I'll work on this other thing. So that's great. We do want to stretch a little bit though. Yeah? Okay. Beautiful. So everybody, okay, we're missing one of our beautiful ladies, but we'll catch up with her. I'll do a quick call with her at some point to go through this. So she's with us as well. Now, what I'd like to do, I'm just going to close that, move this over so I can see you all. What I'm going to do is share my screen for the purpose of showing you the membership site, for the purpose of, bear with me, I'm just closing everything off so that there's nothing interfering with me. Here we go. Let me share the screen. Okay, press that and then click share. Right, so this is the membership site. What I need you to do, and I'll give you the link to do so. In fact, well, I won't give it to you right now because then you might go off and do it. So this is where you create your login. So you come in here with the link that I'm going to give you. It's a specific link that only you guys are going to get. And so you need to just create an account. So your first name, last name. You can, by the way, create an account with a different name so that, you know, this isn't relevant here, but I have someone or I know someone who uses something like this with academics who are writing their theses and things. And so they all use nicknames and stuff, so nobody knows who they are. So it's quite funny to me. But you can do that here as well. So your first name, last name, your email, a nickname if you want to, your username and a password, okay? And then you create your account. I'm just going to log in here so that you can see where we're then going to go. Okay, so then you'll come to the welcome menu and then you will go here. Profiles, goals, if you can see that here. And if you click on that, I've just got my email address in there. But basically what you want to do is that you will add in your profile. So just give us a couple of sentences about who you are so that you can all get to know each other. Share something about the work that you're doing or the business that you're doing. You can put your email address and your website in case anyone wants to go and look at your website as well. I really want to foster a sense of community and support here. And I meant to say when Maria was talking that what I'd love to do as we grow and as we start to get comfortable in the system, that we start in the forum. There's a forum, by the way. When Maria's going live, that she shares that in there, and anybody who's interested in helping her out goes and then shares that on to their own social media followings or whatever. That's just one example, but really supporting each other to start building our businesses and to start sharing each other's stuff, only if, of course, it's in line with you. I would never ask anyone to share anything that doesn't match their values or any of those sorts of things. So you come in here and you write down some info about yourself, and then at the bottom just put in what your goal is going to be for the 28 days. So just as we've just talked about it, okay? That way when I come in here and as we grow, I'm going to be getting other coaches working with me so that we can always be sure what your goal is when we're looking at the stuff that you're reporting back, okay? Now, every day when you come in, you'll come straight into this page here, which is the progress page. Because no one's in there yet except me, everyone's name will be here under the participants, and you'll just click into, you'll just click on the date, so Monday the 20th, and when you click on that, you will come into, damn it, I wish I'd looked at this a bit more. I'm just going to go, let me put someone in here, no. Just bear with me 2 seconds.
Do you want me to quickly create a login?
Actually, that'd be great if you do that. Here's the link. I'll share that with you. I have to stop the screen. I'll put it into the chat. That's for everyone, by the way. Oh, no, it's not. I just realised I changed the bloody thing. Hang on, I'll grab it here. This is how you do it, girls. Stuff it up. It's okay. There we go. So that's for all of you. That second link, finishagent.com/sign-up-confirm. That's where you go in and set up your account. Now, while Maria's doing that, I will just go back to sharing the screen. And hopefully when she comes in, I'll be able to use her as an example. Now, once you are logged in, every time you come in, this will be the first page that you come to. It just shows what groups you are in. So you just click on group 1 and that'll take you through to, there we go. So there's empowering you, Maria. Okay. Now, Maria, can you just log out? Because I'm going to go in as you, okay?
Give me 1 sec. Where am I? Where do I log out? Maria? Log out. Okay, I'm out.
Okay, now I've just got to figure out users. Yep, that's where I go. Log in as, okay, so I'm logging in as Maria, so bear with me. So Maria comes in here and she sees that she's in Inspiration Club, Group 1, so clicks on Group 1 and then this shows up. Now everyone else will be listed underneath. So today is the 20th, so she clicks on here and this is her progress report. So what is your planned daily action? So you're going to write in here your goal. So daily Facebook Live. Which specific daily action that relate to your goal did you work on? You went live. How many minutes did you spend on your task? 20 minutes or whatever it is. By the way, we forgot to specify that, everybody, so I'm going to come back to each of you. Any further comments about that? What did you feel good about? What challenges and problems did you have or do you have? Did you notice any negative thoughts? What positive affirmations or mantras did you replace them with? What are your specific plans for tomorrow to move towards your 4-week goal? How do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10? And why? And then you click update. Now, Maria, I'm just going to pop one word in and then I'm going to hit update, but you can go in and do this later yourself, okay? So now the reason I'm doing that is to say this. I will then come in, and when I see that it'll show me that you've commented here, and I'll come in and I will say, well done, Maria, or I'll give you feedback. If you've mentioned that you're having a problem, I will give you some advice on that or guidance on that, and that will be over here. Now, the community part of this is that every single one of us is able to do that, to comment and encourage each other. The way you do that is that when you come in and you look at it, if Maria's got a green tick here, it means that she's done her reporting. You can click on it and then you can share some comments with her. If you see that she, has said that, oh, she found this hard, and you have a really good solution for that, you can go in and say, hey, I had that problem once and this is what worked for me. That supportive community stuff. Then once you've commented there, there'll be a tiny little red tick to show that you've commented on her thing. Now, there's a very good reason for this, okay, and I'll tell you about that in just a moment. So this is what you'll do every day, and everyone will come in, and in those 5 to 10 minutes that I said you need, that's all you need for the member program, you will just pop in and comment on other people's as well. The thing is that what I'm going to do, and it's actually not in there yet, because I wanted to talk to you guys about what would be a most benefit to you. What I want to do is provide incentive for you to comment on other people's. So if you go in at least 4 days of every week and do your own, and if you then also comment on at least 2 other people's 4 days a week, then at the end of the 28 days, I'm going to provide something to you. So perhaps a session with me. I might give options, a session with me or a discount on your next lot of 28-day things. I want to converse with you about that because I want to know what will work best for you. Does anybody have any ideas about that? It would have to either be a session with me or some sort of discounted rate the next time you sign up for another 28-day thing. So does anybody have a comment about that or a preference? Ali? Oh, Lisa, anybody? There's some.
Yeah, I think either of those would be great.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah. So I'm on the right track. I just want to make sure I'm on the right track because I wouldn't want to. There's no point me giving you something that's not going to be helpful to you.
Can I just ask Anne too? I don't know if it's just me, but today's the 13th, so is it starting today or next week? The date's on your...
Oh, does it say the 20th?
Yeah.
It does too. Oh my God. Thank you for pointing that out. I was here at midnight last night and I thought I was changing something in the system and I didn't want it to start. So I changed the date to next Monday so that I could. So give me half an hour after we get off the call to change that. Maria, I'll actually have to boot you out to change that. And then if you can come back in. What I might do is send a quick email as soon as I've done it with your link to get in. Okay, does that sound all right? As opposed to getting you to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm going to actually have to go in and change. Thank you for noticing that because I would not even have noticed it at this point. How very strange. Sorry about that. As I said to you guys, I'm winging it here. This is the first time I've run it. So, okay, fantastic. So let me just run through a couple of other things here. The schedule. Right. So we have a get started call. That's what this is, but next time it'll be better. It's on the first Monday of each 28 days. So yours is done now. We have weekly office hours, which will be held within the forum section every second, third and fourth Monday at the same time. We have a live Q&A session. It's interactive, so it's like what we're doing here now. But you guys ask questions, receive guidance, get the guides will come through, whatever is needed from you guys. And that is on, here, I'll tell you. I've actually put it in here. That will be the 22nd of November, Wednesday the 22nd. So that will be the first. That only happens once during the 28 days. Okay. Office hours, as I said, will be in the live chat room to ask any questions, receive guidance and coaching on the spot. And you access the chat room by clicking on the live tabs, chat tabs over here. They're not showing up for some reason for you, Maria. So let me get out of your, I'll show you the chat room and the forum just before we go. Okay. So that's what you do there. And I'll send you some more information to be clearer about those things I was just talking about getting the prize at the end of the 28 days and what you need to do for that. The forum is here. There's nothing in the forum yet. I have some things I want to put in there, but it's open for you guys if you want to. So this forum allows you to interact within this group only, and the site-wide forum, because we only have this program running, you won't go into that one. You'll just use this one, interacting with our group only. And you can come in here and ask any question. If you have a marketing thing that you want to do and you don't know how to do it, you can come in and ask that. We're all helping each other. And also I will put you in the right place for that as well. So there's that. The schedule, let me make sure I've covered all of that. Yes, now once during the month you have the opportunity to either go live or to post into the Mystery School for Women Facebook group to share who you are and the work that you do. So it's a promotional opportunity for you. I may change that to be me interviewing you, which I think will have a greater impact, yeah? Yep, I can see everyone nodding. Okay, so we'll do that instead. So I'll talk to each of you individually about when you'd like to do that. What we want to do is show how you stand out beyond the normal people that are in that group. Okay, because you've moved into the greater group. Okay, resources. Now, the reason I was still working on this program last night at midnight was because I had put all the resources in here, and for some reason, I think they did an upgrade or something, the people who run the software. It's all gone. So I'm putting all of that back in this week. So it'll all be in there. We've got the 1 Minute Miracle process so that you can, at any time that you're struggling, if you have a block, Lisa, this might be something for you straight away, to come in and just go through the healing process. It's a video of me doing it with you. So it's almost as if I'm doing it with you personally. So anytime that you have a block or anything, you just come in and do that. And there'll be other things added in here as well. The Top Secret Super Self Sacred Activation Kit, which is all of the activations. That will be in there again. I was all in there. Money Flow Intensive is going to be in there. That was the Money Flow program that I developed years ago. That was just brilliant for the people who did it. Some work with getting in touch with your guides and that sort of stuff, but also talking to your guides about your mission, and then some marketing stuff about packaging up your mission, so turning it into a product and marketing your mission. So this is where you'll find things like the 28-day Facebook Live challenge, so to speak. So Maria, this might be something that you could use. Do it as a challenge. It just gives you some prompts and things like that. Okay, now these are the graphs I was telling you about. You obviously won't see any there at the moment, but you can actually come in here after the 28 days and see how many minutes you've spent on your task, total minutes, but also per day, and how you felt each day of the week. So you'll be able to tell, well, Tuesdays just doesn't work for me. This is going to help you to know what days to work and what days to not, which days to do the things that are hard to do and which other days to do the things that are easier to do. So, but that comes into play a bit later. Okay. There's an FAQ. Again, there's not a lot of questions in there, but I'm adding them in all the time. Now, I'm just going to quickly log out from Maria's and log back in as me. Are you? Yep, you're still seeing that. Great. So I'm going to go into Inspiraction Club. Nope, that's not what I want. My groups. Group 1. Now, you guys won't have this admin section, so don't worry about that too much. Okay, so now you see, I can see that Maria has come in and done her thing, so I can click on that. I can type something in, but it'll be much more exciting than that. I'm just doing it to show you what then happens. See, it's got a little gold mark against it, so you can see that you've commented on it. That way you can keep track of that. Now, what I wanted to show you here is these little tabs over here. So this is private. You can have private chats with each other if you want to, or you can just have my group chats. So you can come in here. This is where we will do our weekly office hours. So you'll come in here and you'll have a chat with me, or we can have a chat as a group, however it works out best. Because I haven't used it from my perspective in this way, it'll be a play it by ear. But we can start a chat, and this is how I'll answer your questions on those open office hours, okay? Work for everyone? Great, thanks for the head nods. I hope I've given you everything that you need there, but again, I'm going to be available the next couple of days for anything that you need. I've cleared out my days so that we can get you bedded in, make you comfortable if you have any questions about anything. Now, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to come back to you, and we're just going to wrap up. What I want to do, I just need to run through each of you quickly and just make some decisions about the time frame that you're going to put down for your goal. It's really, really important. So, Maria.
Yes.
So your goal is to do a Facebook Live every day.
Yeah, starting tomorrow. Well, I've already done one today, so tomorrow continue.
Yep, fantastic. So I know it's hard to kind of put a time frame on that, but let's say, do you kind of have a preparation time?
Well, as you know, like my morning, as soon as I wake up, 6 o'clock, I meditate, I do affirmations.
The preparation before you go live.
Well, just do that intention.
Okay.
Because as you know, like we've already done the work.
Yep.
There is no right or wrong. It is going to be what it is.
Exactly. So if we just say, okay, so let's say 20 minutes a day. That'll be preparing and then doing your live. Okay, so 20 minutes. So when you get to the bit that says
I can do emotional freedom technique if anything comes up. If that helps to extend the time, and it's always going to benefit me either way.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll just do 20 minutes and leave it at that. Now, that's just for yours is a little bit different. That's the only reason, because yours is you go live and you talk, and sometimes it's longer and sometimes it's shorter. Okay, so Chazelle.
I am...
How much a day? How much time?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. You see, I actually really love 20 minutes. That's what I do. I find it really easy. Most days I go over it. I stretch it out to the 30. But if I have it at 20 and I get 20 done and I'm limping the last 2 minutes, I know that, okay, I can finish now. You know what I mean? Fantastic. Okay. Lisa Marie. Lisa. See, I stumbled on Lisa and Lisa Marie.
I'll just let you know it's Mari. Everyone calls me Lisa Marie.
Okay.
Yeah. And it will go back to
nice.
I can't change it yet. So just in general, how long I want to work on to strategy sessions?
Yeah.
So whether it's live or a post or a
whatever it is. So if you say, okay, so for 20 minutes every day, I'm going to either do a post, or I'm going to go live, or I'm going to phone people and set the appointments, or whatever you're going to do. So how many minutes a day?
Yeah, I like 20 minutes as a starting point.
Beautiful, of course. And then we can always change that as we move through the next sessions.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Ali. No, I'm sorry. We can't hear you at all. Maybe say again.
My main goal for the month, is that any better?
Sorry, just say that again slightly louder. Sorry.
So my main goal for the month, is that better?
Yep, no, that's good.
Okay, so the main goal for the month was
to set the date, the location, and the venue.
Venues, yes. But as I've been listening to this, it's come to my attention that I've been told by my guide several times now that I'm hiding myself. So I'm adding to that original goal, and as of next week, start a daily Facebook Live. And it'll just be something simple, as just showing how I've put my breakfast together or something like that. So it doesn't have to be a long post, and it's just to show people how quickly and easy it is to.
Great. Brilliant.
So, yay, progress.
Very good. Yeah, I had a sense that something was wanting to come through. That's why I was like, yep, okay, but
yeah.
So what sort of time frame do you want to put around that? So if you commit to doing so many minutes a day towards those two things.
Yes, I think 28 minutes sounds good.
28?
Yes.
I love it. All right, beautiful. So I've got that down. So they're the two things that you'll write in your profile, okay?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, were there any questions, or is there anything that I said I'd say that I didn't? You want to all unmute and...
Yeah, you mentioned in my message, you had a different mantra or prayer for me.
No,
do you
remember that same one?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't think there was a different one.
You weren't smoking anything last night?
No, I'm completely free of all chemicals and alcohols and things like that for many years now.
A receiving prayer, there you go. Action, and I'll share with you a receiving prayer. Did you mean the one, remember the mala, 108 times? Like, put your hands up.
No. Okay. Yes. I will share it with you. I just can't share it with you right now because, yes, I remember there was a receiving mantra that I wanted to give you to help you to tap into that, to tap into those. How many sets of cards was it that you wanted to sell?
I said 48, but 48. This is something better. I'm more than happy to sell as many as possible.
No, but I like to have a number, and okay. I think it will build a little. Well, I
don't like 48. 55. 55 is my number.
55. Okay. All right. Now, with regards to another question that you asked at some point, the price.
Yes.
Does that feel better to you to sell it at that amount? When you get rid of any lack mentality or any lack energy?
Well, yeah, it's more opening up that it's then available for some, like listening some feedbacks. It's more available, then there is no need for any discounts or offer here because that's
the price and there's no discount. That's the price.
Yeah, everyone can manifest that don't drink coffee for a week.
It feels more confident to me.
Yeah.
To come from that place.
Yeah, so then how do I just say this is a new permanent price? Like how do then I go from here to there or from here?
Well, as part of your Facebook Lives. So when you do your Facebook Live, actually this is what I was going to say to you, and I'll say it very quickly so that we're not wasting everyone's time. Sorry, everyone. Not that we're wasting it, but very quickly. What I want you to do when you start going live is to actually be totally upfront and honest and say, I've set myself a goal of selling 55 decks of these cards by Christmas time. And having set that goal, I received knowing that this was going to be the price for it.
Okay.
So 55 decks, this is the price, come get them. Basically. Okay. All right?
Oh, yeah. Well, like with everything, just be direct and there's no...
But make that part of your Facebook Lives. this experience of, hey, I've decided that I've set a goal. This is a goal. I need your help to fulfill the goal. Now's the time to get them, and this is the price. And you can mention that it's, I've dropped the price from this so that I can achieve that goal. So now's the time to get them.
Perfect.
Okay, beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. Any other comments? Anything I can help you with before we go? Now, what I'm going to do is I'll fix that little glitch up that, Ali, thank you for mentioning that. Was it Ali or Lisa? I'm sorry. Whoever mentioned
Lisa.
the date, Lisa. I'm going to fix that glitch up, and then I'll shoot an email out to each of you with the link to go and set yourself up in there. Go do that, do your profile. If you have any questions come up, just either hit me up on Facebook or send me an email back, and I'll answer any questions or get anything sorted out for you. And then do your goal for today. I'd like to encourage you to do it. I know I've taken a lot of your time already, but see if you can start your goal today, and then we'll get into the process of it. We'll get started with this. Now, I will continue to add the stuff back into the membership site, as I mentioned. I'll also include in there the award thing so that it's clearer for you what I need you to do in order to get the free session and these sorts of things, okay? Questions before we go? No? Okay, all good, wonderful. Thank you, and I'll see you, we'll be in touch just about every day. It'll be like I'm right there holding your hand.
Awesome.
Yeah, beautiful.
See ya, bye.
Bye.